Thank you for joining us for local coverage you can count on. I'm Jevin McCoskey. Workers at a construction site in Robeson County discovered a bone while moving dirt. According to the Robeson County Sheriff's Office, the incident happened just before 1 yesterday afternoon as the workers were moving the dirt from one location to another as part of ongoing grading operations. Deputies say once the first bone was discovered, a search operation was conducted in the area and more bone fragments were found. Now, it's unclear what types of bones were found, and the investigation is still ongoing. Count on News 13 for updates. The Florence Police Department is investigating the discovery of human remains. Officers were called to Sewanee Avenue over reports of a foul odor. There, they discovered a person dead inside a vehicle. We're told the vehicle had been sitting at a home for a while. Investigators do not suspect foul play, but are working to determine the cause of death. Count on News 13 for updates. Also in Florence County, one person is dead following a late-night crash. South Carolina Highway Patrol says a 2006 Honda Accord was driving east on Chinaberry Road near North Price Road just after 10:30 p.m. when it struck and killed a pedestrian in the street. The driver of the Honda was not injured, and the identity of the pedestrian has not been released.
News 13 on-time traffic, sponsored by Joy Law Firm. Just call Joy.
And to look at your afternoon commute right now, a little bit of some slowdowns for parts of 501 and 17. From 501 Highway 544 to Carolina Forest, drive times are about 10 minutes compared to the normal 6. 17 Farrell Parkway to Glens Bay will take you 8. 17 Mr. Joe White to 82nd Parkway, right now moving about 11 minutes. Very similar for 95 in parts of downtown Florence. South Irby Street is continuing to move smoothly. 52 Palmetto to I-95 will take you about 7 minutes. 76 5 Points to Irby's moving at 5. And 95 TV Road to 76 is moving on time with 9 minutes.
All right, Krista, thank you so much. Well, spooky season may be 3 months away, but downtown Conway is offering you a chance to get in on the haunted fun a little early. Conway Downtown Alive is hosting the Conway Ghost Walk from October 14th to October 16th. Professional storytellers weave tales of low country haunts through the shadowy streets of downtown Conway. Tours depart each evening between 6 and 8 p.m. The tour route is approximately 1 mile. Reservations are required as walk-up tickets will not be available. Tickets will go on sale August 4th and will cost $20 a piece. In state news, leaders in the Low Country are looking at new technology designed to gather critical information about shoreline erosion, tourism, and public safety. Surfline Coastal Intelligence, a company that works to manage and protect shorelines, is offering Folly Beach a pilot program. It would use cameras for AI-assisted monitoring of changes to the beach, tracking crowd numbers, and services as a resource for the Public Safety Department. But there are concerns about whether the benefits of the program offset the steep cost without taking resources away from other areas.
I'd like to hear from the Army Corps of Engineers because we work with them consistently. So again, this is such a new approach. It's so innovative. I think understanding how it would benefit us and the stakeholders would be the next homework assignment that I'd like to see.
The pilot program would cost more than $70,000, which would come from the Beach Renourishment Fund. There are currently 6 Surfline cameras already in place on Folly. A closely divided Senate is considering the president's nomination of Todd Blanche for Attorney General. Blanche, a former federal prosecutor who served as President Trump's personal attorney, has been acting AG since the dismissal of Pam Bondi. Lawmakers from both sides of the aisle are questioning him about his independence from the White House and the handling of the Jeffrey Epstein files. Natalie Brand reports from Washington.
Nothing but the truth, so help you God.
President Trump's Attorney General pick Todd Blanche faced the Senate Judiciary Committee for the start of a 2-day confirmation hearing.
The Senate has already judged your fitness for high office and confirmed you as the department's second in command. Today, we consider you for a promotion.
Serving in the Department of Justice was my American dream.
Democratic lawmakers questioned whether the president's former personal attorney can maintain independence.
Since you were confirmed, the Department of Justice has literally violated dozens of court orders to advance the president's agenda.
Senators on both sides grilled Blanche on the proposal for a $1.8 billion fund to pay victims of DOJ investigations.
There is no weaponization fund. The weaponization fund is dead. It's not moving forward.
But just to be clear, the President of the United States, who is a plaintiff in this lawsuit, has not agreed in writing to delete the weaponization fund.
Lawmakers also pressed the acting AG on his role in releasing millions of DOJ documents in the Jeffrey Epstein investigation after a bipartisan effort to force transparency. Some of Epstein's victims were on hand. Senator Dick Durbin of Illinois says they have not been able to meet with Blanche.
Will you meet with these 10 survivors? I'm asking you on the record.
If they have lawyers, as you know, I'm prohibited from meeting directly with them. I have met with counsel for survivors, as has many people in the Department of Justice.
Acting Attorney General Blanche has vowed to investigate anyone who is suspected of committing crimes connected to Epstein. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
President Trump has called on every Republican senator to approve Blanche's nomination, and with the Senate divided as it is, Blanche may need every Republican vote in order to be approved as the Attorney General. Well, it's a never-ending debate. Standard time or daylight saving time? Well, yesterday, the U.S. House of Representatives passed the Sunshine Protection Act, a bill that would make daylight saving time permanent. Supporters of the legislation say it would give Americans more daylight hours in the evening, which could have positive impacts on sleep schedules, people's health, and the economy. Critics of the bill say extended darkness in the morning hours of winter would have negative effects on health and safety. The statute has an opt-out feature for states that do not want to participate, like Hawaii and most of Arizona, which observe a year-round standard time. It now heads to the Senate for consideration.
The American people are asking Congress, please standardize this and give us more light and opportunity.
Early morning light is an important environmental cue to set our body's internal clocks and promote alertness. And dim evening light tells our bodies that it is time to sleep. Permanent standard time is a healthier choice.
The U.S. Congress passed a law during the energy crisis of the early 1970s to keep daylight saving time permanent for 1 year, but it became unpopular as many Americans soured on the dark morning hours. The law was later repealed.
Do you have old phones, tablets, or cords that you don't use but you don't want to throw away? I'm Evan Moon inside a facility recycling millions of pounds of electronics and making it easier for consumers.
And while today is near normal, we are expected to see a warm up for the rest of this week into the weekend. We'll have more on those details coming up after the break.